Here we are, boys. Got about 15, 20 days till catcher's report. Pitchers and catchers. Aaron Hamilton probably just corrected me while watching this because he's been counting it down since the Patriots got eliminated. A couple things. First of all, look at me. I'm on the fucking league page. Front of, bitches. So we're going to start using this a little bit more. You're able to upload videos, put them on YouTube, and you can just link the videos right to the front page of the thing. So I figured it's a nice little feature that ESPN has that we haven't used very much. Can use for like smack talk of the week and shit. If somebody wants to upload a video, that'd be kind of cool. Couple things I want to address. First of all, thanks everybody for getting me your keepers. Still waiting on one more from DL, but I know he's had some family stuff going on. Again, from the entire league. Sorry about your mom, DL. That's tough. You know, however much time you need to get me your stuff, that's fine. Everybody else got me theirs pretty quickly. I know I did a little early this year, but I have, the ESPN The Weekend with Andrew later on this month. I'm staying down there longer than I normally would. I won't be able to do really anything for the league that week, so I didn't want to try to do the keepers right before the draft because it just would have been like, dude, what do you want me to do? Like, hang out with Julius Erving while trying to get your shitty keepers in? That's not nearly as good as my team. That's ridiculous. So I figured I'd do it, pump it out early. Next up, the draft. As for the draft, we are going to do one of a couple things. Either we are going to try to get as many people as we can one night to meet at Binga's, and it would overlap Eli's, Aaron's, and Andrew's spring break. Most of the other kids here, me, Joe, Cam, Jordan, Seamus, bye Seamus, and Pete and stuff, we're all going to be around Portland because we go to USM anyway. My dad will be here, DL, LJ, obviously. I think the only person who might miss that one is Campbell, but as long as we can plan it enough in advance, we can just send out a message reminding him, like, have your phone on you this night, or even Skype was one possibility we had. Problem with that is Binga's kind of has shitty Wi-Fi, especially if we're going to try to get, like, of the 11 people that would be there, I assume, like, 8 of us would have laptops out, a couple others using magazines, so that wouldn't take up any bandwidth, but I know their Wi-Fi is pretty shitty, so I don't think we could do it. I really don't think we could do it there. Another thing we were thinking of is to do it at a place like my house, try to lock it down for the night, get as many people over here as we could, even if it's just like 7 of us. That way, that's 7 picks in a row that are going to go pretty quickly. If we don't do it that way, then what we would probably do is I would plan something probably, like a small get-together, try to have like 4 or 5 of us over here for a night, watch some ESPN or something, and then try to just do most of the draft that night. Last year kind of worked out when I was on break, or when Aaron had his spring break. He just stayed with me and Cam at USM, so there were 3 of us. But if we can get more together this year just to speed up the draft a little bit, that's cool. I kind of like the way we have it. You have time to make your pick. You're not rushed into it, stuff like that. Another thing, congratulations, Aaron Hamilton. I assigned him league manager powers, which essentially means he can pretty much do everything that I can do, except I can take away the powers, if he acts like a Boston douchebag. So he probably just lost his powers. But he can edit the poll, he can edit the league page. I did this mainly because it's helpful. When I get information, I'm kind of like neat freak about it. Like I want it done the second I get the information. And if I'm not near a computer, Aaron usually is, and always willing to help me with the fantasy baseball thing. He helped me out a lot last year, so I can just send him whatever has to be done. He can make sure it gets done. He knows his way around the website very well. And also during the year, I want to do a lot of write-ups on the front page, analyzing trades, like after the draft stuff, analyzing people's keepers, normal stuff like that. What else do we have here? I got thinking the other day. Scary, right? And I was at Shaw's. I again, scary. And did a lot of thinking about what we could change around. Came up with a couple ideas. So consider this a proposal. Change for next year. Instead of keeping 6 and keeping the 7th to give up your pick, everybody would have the right to keep 7. No first round pick given up. You could keep your 8th to give up your first round pick. Now, this would mean that people, GMs who have built a great roster out of nothing, which as much as we joke around about it, honestly, last year for Aaron to turn his keepers into one of his premier keepers being Denard Span, and then this year he transformed his team enough that he didn't keep Roy Oswalt, Andrew McCutchen, or Justin Upton. That's one of these right here. That's what that is, because that's absolutely ridiculous. And easily, honestly, probably GM of the year. Missed the playoffs by half a game to future league champion bitches. So that was awesome. But it would just reward guys for building better teams and getting to keep more of their premier players that they work to get. Another change, instead of only helping out the great GMs, I want there to be a little bit more parity in the league. So we thought about if you keep any less than 7, there will be supplemental rounds where you will draft depending on how many you keep. This information will be kept secret, but you can feel free to talk amongst yourselves. This would help weaker teams by giving them a chance to move up in the draft. What this would mean was, before I took anybody's keepers, I would send my keepers to Aaron, or write them down, and he would write his down. We would exchange them. That way, we wouldn't change our keepers depending on when you gave me yours. So, say DL was really looking to get. He knew, like for this year example, DL knew he wanted to be in the top 3 to draft McCutchen, Upton, or Oswalt. So, say DL decided, okay, I really want, let's just say McCutchen or Upton, who will be probably the first pick in the draft this year. He really wanted him. He wanted the first pick. So he thought, okay, maybe I'll keep 6, move up to that round. Now say Campbell wants one of them. Campbell doesn't have as good of a team, and Campbell's like, you know what, keeping Torrey Hunter isn't worth my pick. I'm going to give up Torrey Hunter, keep 5 guys, move up 2 rounds. So now everybody who kept only 5, there will be a draft for those guys. So say Campbell's the only one who kept 5. Okay, then Campbell drafts Justin Upton. Now say Campbell, DL, my dad, and Andrew keep 6. In that order, they will draft. So now say Campbell gets, is for some reason Campbell the first pick in the draft. So Campbell would be first in the 6th round. Now all of a sudden Campbell changes like Torrey Hunter and Vernon Wells for Justin Upton and Andrew McCutchen, which automatically makes the league turn around. I think it's a great idea, but obviously, like the freaking fan-fucking-tastic GM I am, I'm putting that up to vote. So you can vote on the poll, which should be down there somewhere. And 6 votes to change it. That's what it is. So I think that's really all that I got to say. Looking forward to everything. Any questions, any comments, you can make a thread. If it's personal, email me. tmoney108@yahoo.com. Hit me up on Facebook. DL, get a frickin' Facebook, dude, because 11 of us are on there, and I'm sick of going to Yahoo to send you your shit. So that's about it. Good luck to everybody. Welcoming Joe as a first-time owner to the league, who claims he's never lost fantasy baseball league, so he can suck it. And welcoming Eli returning to the league. So glad to have him back. And we say goodbye to Brian Fury, who is clearly doing much more important things than checking fantasy baseball. And that wasn't sarcasm, that was being honest. And Seamus Foley, who is definitely doing more important things than checking fantasy baseball, that was sarcasm. Thanks, guys.